How to keep the target in a gulag once he or she is sensitized, anchored, and conditioned. We're playing the sensitization and anchoring actions. Once the breaking happens and the target is broken, it is no longer need the same rigorous techniques used to keep him in the mobile gulag before. It's kind of like a broken leg. Once broken, it takes a while to heal. As long as you keep swinging the baseball bat at the leg, it snaps there fairly easily. This goes with all the other techniques used to keep someone in a mobile gulag. Street theater, tampering, renaming, redefining, and so forth. None of them need to be to their fullest severity anymore because the target is already broken. Replaying the anchoring actions. The anchoring actions can be a shorthand to remind the target of the attacks before, especially if he or she has PTSD. If the anchoring attacks are not repeated often enough, then they will lose their potency, and the sensitization techniques in street theater both need to be increased. But with enough time between attacks, and if healing occurs, the PTSD flashbacks will start to lessen, and the effect of the anchoring actions will start to lessen also. Extreme techniques used in extreme attacks. Using child abuse within a mobile gulag. This is an extreme power play by the mobile gulag, and this is not used to my knowledge in any real gulag. There are so many different attackers in a mobile gulag because no one in a mobile gulag is willing to stop it. What people are willing to do becomes unimaginable to most. A mobile gulag is a multiple small groups making up a large one, mixed in with a multi-tiered system. This type of group leads to many of the attackers self-regulating their own attacks. This is where small groups can become willing to cross the child abusive lines. And because no one else knows they're crossing those lines, they're never punished for it or they're never found out about. In communist countries, there are areas where the mob gets to steal women and force them to work as prostitutes. From my experience, this makes sense. I believe human traffickers help create the mobile gulags in America for the enemies of the state, party, or certain politicians. And if you realize how many human traffickers we have here in America, because we have so many who come across the border, then that could really be a network of really sadistic people doing really sadistic things. Because not only do we have a lot of human traffickers here in America, we also have some coming from south of the border and wouldn't mind staying and being involved in these harassing attacks and being paid for them. Everybody assumes the target is lying or crazy, because who would want to cross these lines? People who would be willing to hurt the stranger for lulz, that's who. Mobile gulags tend to attract the worst kinds of people, and that is partly by design. If you want to destroy somebody's life, you can't have a morally good people helm the attack. The one time a really wicked thing was done, the attack would stop, and everyone helping the attack would get in trouble. If these attacks got people in trouble, how many people would start them and participate in them? This also aids in the cover-up. And usually static mobile gulags never reach here because no one would get involved in a static mobile gulag that seemed to be this sadistic. But in an increasing mobile gulag, people get used to the idea of hurting the target, so they get to hurt them more and more, and they never really see how far they've come. In a mobile gulag in China, Goa Xinjiang's children were being attacked. I mean, it shows how these attackers will cross all the lines and hurt the target. They will abuse children to hurt. They will abuse the target's children to hurt the target. They will set up the attack in a way that absolves child abusers of their actions. Extremely controlled attacks. Attacks with a mobile gulag seems to be in complete control. The street theater setup seems free of anyone who is not helping the mobile gulag. These attacks also tend to be repetitive, and they get much more sadistic with time. This is because a gulag ends up realizing its ability to stop people from caring about or trusting what the target says. Once this happens, Why should Mobile Gulag care about how sadistic they are? There is no longer any restraints on them.